true transdisciplinary scholar, apparently does both social science and natural science all at once while also being an administrator, Cheryl McCormick.
Hi, so my background, or I guess what I would call myself is a behavioral neuroscientist, and I'm in the psychology department, and the main aspect of my research has been how do life experiences shape brain development and in animal models. And one of the things that's actually of interest for this group, perhaps, is one study I did many years ago involving clozelin, which is a herbicide that's used in the wine industry. And I was showing the negative effects it had on the developing animal. So that's a little bit of an actual link to maybe something of ESRC related. And I got recruited, and very happily to be recruited to the SRC because of Ryan putting me together with someone from the Niagara Escarpment, right? And this person was interested in how nature influenced well-being. And as a result, one of my graduate students and I got some funding from the SRC, and we did a study in people, not in our rats, on that. And it was an experimental design in which we had, we scoured the literature on well-being, and we saw what was limited, and we want to use our training as psychologists to this question. And so, absolutely perfectly controlled, we had a route that people would take through the greenery, actually what is it, that reclaimed space over there that used to be a dump and now is a lovely place to go for a walk, or we had an equally distant length that they would walk outside in a less green space, and they started from the exact same starting point, the route was all planned and whatever. And we measured cortisol as a stress hormone and testosterone, and it was only in men because we wanted to, it was more of a pilot study because we thought before we start tackling menstrual cycle and all of that, let's see what we get in men. And quite honestly, I don't remember what we found in terms of the hormones. There was but it's published, you could look it up if you were interested. But one of the really interesting things that I found was that the benefits of this walk, which again, I said perfectly controlled, counterbalanced, everybody did the walk twice, separated by 1 week apart. Once, so you either did the greener route or the less green route. And we also had a trait of how into nature people were. So we had that kind of questionnaire. And it turns out that those that were most into nature got the least benefit of the walk, meaning that it was of the greenery walk. But they also rated the less green walk as more green than those that were less into nature. So what that meant was that those less into nature got a bigger well-being boost from being out in the greenery, and you were already well-being enough just by being a walk in those cases. And what we attributed that to is when you're into nature, you see it anywhere. Just that little patch of grass as you're walking alongside of buildings is enough for those kinds of people to notice. So we thought it was pretty cool as psychologists, and that kind of got me hooked into being part of this group. So I'm the other thing I have been readers on at least one committee, so I'm a little bit known, but I'm a little bit less involved in actual supervising of students. But I'm always available, or try to be available, if you're interested in some advice on research design and so on. And if you have any questions, I'm happy to take them.
Questions for Cheryl?
What was that herbicide?
Vinclozolin. All right. Oh,
I have a question.
sure.
I'm just curious to know if you're going to continue that pilot study work and what that looks like.
Yeah, unfortunately, that was kind kind of a one-off, and I had a great student at the time who was actually doing research in people. And since he's left, we've really been focusing on my NSERC-funded research. So no. But you know, if the right student came along and was interested in pursuing that, you know, I'd be happy to help supervise. But yeah, it was just the right student, the right time.
Thanks so much, Cheryl.